And that's weird. The whole time I'm sitting there, that does not fall down. The minute I say we are back, that falls down. Well, we don't need the black screen anyway, so goodbye. Let me see. Let's get our lights here. Let's go over here and let's get the smaller lights. We don't need the black one light anyway. So guess what, buddy boy? We don't need you anyway. Goodbye. Goodbye. Get ourselves a basic light. It wants to come with us because it seems to be fighting me for some reason. Alright, basic light. Guess we gotta put it somewhere. Well, we should be able to pick up from there. I don't know why I would have a problem with that. Get in there. Get in there. There we go. Alright. Ooh, man, that's not going to go well. If I put it down this way, I just lay it this way like that one, but that's going to be too close to them. Sheesh, anything's going to basically disrupt that thing. Trying to figure out where we can put the light at. Anywhere we have it, it's going to basically disrupt it. But anyway, so, question. Are gray screens and white screens ambient light rejection? This is why you see a lot of demonstrations in really dark environments. Because again, they don't do well. I mean, the lights come on, color washes out, everything goes with it, contrast, the whole 9 yards. And this is why you see a lot of the demonstrations in the dark on gray screens and white screens. We just have a little bit of light. That's all we have in that corner. Just that. That's all we have. The overheads are not on. So you keep in mind, if that's affecting the screen, this stuff, the gray and white screens do not work in commercial environments. Because again, way too much lighting. And that's an environment you can't darken at all, in any way whatsoever. You can't darken. All right, so, man, I'm trying to figure a way how to do this, because that light right there is like way too much. But we got that some light in here, right? Let's see what we got. What we can do here. Trying to help them out. We're good. Trying to help them. Maybe if we turn this, then that's turning it over here, over there. Any lighting environment is going to affect that screen. All right, so. What we did was we turned the light around so it's facing that way. But you know that's not normal, right? So we have to put it like you have on your desk. So if I'm here working on my desk, I don't know why I would have a light like that to begin with, but still. Let me see. I gotta put it in the normal light. I'm gonna stick it back here. I'm gonna put it back here. Alright? And I don't have the light pointed toward the screen. As you can see right there, I have it like I would have it on my desk from reading some documents and papers. That's all I have. That's all we have right here, and it's enough to affect the gray screen. Well, and keep in mind, as I said before, when we do a lot of darker paints. So I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, and when I get a container that literally tells me that it's not ambient light rejection, those are major red flags, because the darker screens are supposed to have the ability to absorb better. And we're being told that we can't take a darker product into any form of ambient light environment, or it's not ambient light rejection, that tells you the person doesn't know what they're doing at all. And we literally have it on the container. Go to the blacklist, check it out. We have it on a container where the owner wrote it on a container with my name on it and telling me, don't stick to this in a fully lit environment. Well, under the description on that product, if you read it, it was supposed to be used for commercial use, and that doesn't work, okay? So that tells you right there, first lie today on that one. Let's get the mouse over here, and we're going to try to keep the video short and sweet. An hour for us is short and sweet, because we can go over that easy. All right, so we're going to start off with contrast. Let's go dance with the stand. Okay, there we go. Got to bring a booster in here. It says, let's go dance with the stand. It brings that up. Get out of here with that. Starfield screensaver. I love how you're sitting there and it says Starfield, but then it'll switch it over to Garfield. Like, it decides what it wants to give you. Like, no, you don't want Starfield. We'll give you Garfield. We'll try it again. Starfield screensaver. There we go. That's what we asked for. Thank you. Now, this is one of the things we request the most. Oh, is that a black hole over there? We got to get that. I need to get one for the demonstration over there. So, as you see, just a little bit of light in the environment will basically alter and change a gray and white screen. And our projector behind us has a 1000 to 1 contrast. That's it. That's all it has. That's all you need. You don't even need contrast if you're working with a screen that's black. But when people make great paints, they try to say that, oh, our black screens, I don't know about anybody else, but or you come at us. Our black screens can't pull up a high white level. As you saw in the demonstration, we were able to read that. Lights on, lights off, whatever. I've done tons of these demonstrations. We read with no problem. But what we say about them is they can't read contrast. They're not ambient light rejections, and their colors are thrown off. And here we are. We don't have a lot of light in the environment. We just have that little bit of light right there, and this is what we're picking up. Now, usually if this screen's not here and it's on a standalone, which means you won't see any of this to compare it to, you'll have the screen in a room like this with a little bit of lighting and say, hey, look, we're picking up a contrast level, when technically you're not. If you put that near a screen, a more superior screen that's way better than that, you'll see the difference. Like saying my car is the same performance as a $500,000 race vehicle, high performance vehicle. You can say that all day long, but when you stick both of those vehicles on the track, you'll see which one's which. So as you can see, no, it's not reading any contrast at all. Let's go over here and let's get, this is the fastest way to do it. I was looking at this right here. Minutes. Oh no, that's creeping me out. That's triggering anxieties. Dark holes, or you don't know where they lead to, it weird white noise behind them. Yeah, I ain't going there. Alright, it's a cool design, but it still freaks me out. Let's see. Let's go with 8K desired nature. You want to something really funny. So I said 8K. It literally said 8K when I was writing it off, but it felt that's what I wanted. That's what I find interesting about freaking voice activation technology. That you'll sit there and say something, and it'll literally write out exactly what you wanted, but it'll put down what it thinks you want at the end of the day. That's why I would never install this stuff into a home, ever. Alright, 8K desired nature. And no, that's not supposed to be there at the end. There's no D there. That's all it is. Click on that right there. Now we're going with this because I like this video. You know why? It's a very heavy contrast demonstration. And I saw someone do this on a P2 projector. But they were in a dark environment. They had little light splash behind the back of the screen. Those big high fluorescent lights, the ones we use over here, they're not supposed to be on the back of your screen. If you're going to be showing up ambient light rejection technology, they technically should be in the frame with your screen. You're like, but you can't do that. It will wash out the screen. Look, if you don't do it, your customer will do it to you. So you better back yourself up. Or somebody like me, which you don't want, would be a nightmare to you. They'll do it for you. If we catch you making the statement, we'll definitely do it. So when we see gray screens out here talking about, well, you know, we're ambient light rejection technology, no, the freak you ain't. No, stop it. Just stop that one, please. Because that's the most embarrassing thing ever. We keep hearing that nonsense up, I'm going to start drawing up court papers again. And then court papers are going to challenge you in court. Going to challenge your company, your product in court, that you say you read a 100% infinity 1 or 2 black level. I'll challenge you in court on that. Now, this little bit of light right here is nothing. So that screen can't read. So the white, we already know the white screen's not going to pick up. We know that. We just have that there. But the gray screen, no. They don't read contrast levels. And you had somebody on YouTube that was deliberately going in and stealing images off of Google, blacker levels, to try to make you think that's going to happen. This is what happens when you do these dumb demonstrations that you can't back up. People like me you're going to run into. You're definitely going to find a lot of people like me that will test your stuff, and your customer's going to do it. First thing customer's going to do is going to turn the lights on. That's what they're going to do. I guarantee you. Sitting next to a window, turn lights on. That's exactly what they're going to do. Because they want to see if they got an improvement from the screen that they already have sitting in the dark. How much of an improvement did I get on this thing? You know, turn the lights on. When the screen washes out, you're going to have problems. You can't have this at the end of the day. Boom. Screen's going. There you go. So as you can see, just a little bit of light we have in the environment. And we're being gentle. We're being very nice today. Very gentle, very nice. Those of you who have gray screens, how about we have a little challenge here? Nope, nope, not that, because we know you can't back it up, because you'll lose your shirt in that one. Show me one demonstration of a fully lit environment. Blinds fully open all the way up. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because I've done the 12 o'clock all the time. 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I want you to take that screen and I want you to pull it from the wall so it's even with the windows. Because some people have them pushed back. So that part where the window is right here, where the wall and the window meets, the screen can be tucked back. Now I want you to bring it to the same level that the window is. And I want you to show me that you're getting what you paid for when it came to that projector. Show it to me. Can't do that, can you? Because your screen will wash up, that's why. Pull those curtains all the way back. Because one of the tricks I see is when they do the curtains, they'll have curtains here. So when the light hits, it's going to strike the curtains first. No, take those curtains, bring them all the way back here. I don't want to see any curtains. I want to see that screen right next to that window. Matter of fact, stick that screen in the window, because we did that one too. Matter of fact, I stuck a screen in a doorway one time. Show me that demonstration. Show me what your 2 million, 5 million, whatever you pay for your projector is worth. Show me it. And I bet you can't do it. Now, is it the projector's fault? No, it's your screen. The screen's crap. That's what it is. That's why you're in the dark. That's why I go check out these high-powered, ultra-short projectors. You're all sitting in a dark environment, and I'm literally watching the movie reflect off your chassis. That's pretty sad, though. You know that, right? That gray popping up. Mind you, we got the stand just pushed down. It's on my desk. So that means I can't use that screen in this environment. Now that's another question we're going to be asked next. Once we get all the paints down here, the big question is, how much of this stuff can we use in a commercial environment? So I'm going to be taking on a road trip with me. When I go out there and have a sample of your screen, I'm going to put up there and say, can we use this out here? Will it work? See, we're not cutting any corners here, people. We're doing the real deal. That's why people don't like to send us stuff at the end of the day, because we do the real deal over here. We're not going to hold your screen. You write on the container all you want that you're not ambient light rejection. You will go in that environment. Because if you had that you're ambient light rejection and we specialize in that field, then you're going to be in that field with us. Could be worse. We could do like Epson did. Epson took a whole lot of people to court and sued them. Could be that. You don't want to be on court document with that one. So, we'll take you out there in the field. See what you do. If not, you need to go and you need to recorrect those the specification sheets. My personal favorite is when I see all the lights on and the projector's not on. And I go, look at the lighting. The screen is designed for ambient light. How in the world do you sleep at night with that one? But we have light in the environment. Well, turn the projector on, please. Well, we can't. The image for the projector is designed to be in a darker environment to enjoy the image quality. Please, get out of here with that dumb nonsense. Coca-Cola, OLED. Don't insult my intelligence with that one. I love that one. I get that one all the time. Optimize your viewing pleasure. Excuse me. Coca-Cola, OLED. Outlet, Coca-Cola outlet. Now I gotta look that up. Let's try it again. Forget it. We'll put our own in. Keyboard's over here. We got the wireless over here. I got a confession to make. Foo Fighters. You know that, right? I love Foo Fighters. Let me see. Coca-Cola, OLED. Now, to be fair, I am going to go through your specification sheets and read. Or anything I think I got from Goose Screen and a nice conversation with them. Real nice people, by the way, just to let you know. And they were saying that Max, sort of black, I think they have, Max something black they have, screen paint. If I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. But anyway, they said that it pulls extremely high contrast levels. And I tried to explain it. We have a black technology. Now, again, that's unheard of. Even big companies don't know there's a black technology. And their theory is behind black technology screens is the fact that they can't generate in fully lit environments. We all know the whole theory behind that, right? So, yeah, we can. That's why we can go outside and they can't. So let's see what happens with the light we have on the screen. And as you can see already again, not ambient light rejection. Now, for those of you thinking, well, ambient light projection has nothing to do with contrast. It's everything to do with contrast, colors, and whatsoever. Because what an ambient light projection technology does is reflect or absorb the light that you have in the environment and still allows the screen to maintain its beautiful color balance and contrast and so forth without fading and washing out. This is why when I see people do demonstrations of trying to max out their meters and you see this faint looking image on the screen, you go, look, you can still see the image. That means that passed. No, that means you failed. That image must look the same way on your cell phone and it looks on the screen, which means you must be able to register in a fully lit environment that can max out a meter and still maintain a beautiful image at the exact same time. And one of the hardest demonstrations to pull, contrast and blues. That's why when you watch demonstrations, you'll see a lot of demonstrations on oceans and stuff like that because they will wash out around the corners even faster. Now, most people will pick the lighter colors like light grays and like colors that are like more like neutral, like tans and stuff like that. You know why? Because they fade less. That's why if you see this boring city demonstration, not at nighttime, it'll be in the daytime, no sunsets because that'll trigger it. Like in the morning, like somewhere like noon, something like that. There you go. You'll see something like that, like I showed you in the demonstration, because they fade less. Oh, matter of fact, it was in the guy's demonstration where the screen washed out because they fade less. That's why. They'll try to stick to colors because they'll fade, but they'll fade not as worse as what you have at a black surface or black scenery. So that's why you never see people pop up with star fields all over the place in fully lit environments because it won't register. So, someone getting in the dark, you choosing a high-powered projector with a short distance throw, in order to fool you that you're seeing a contrast level when clearly you're not. Because you saw the customer, right, had the personal mix. What happened to a screen trying to watch a soccer game? Screen disappeared, right? But when you watched him in his demonstration, showing the personal mix versus the bare silver screen, it was in the dark. Voila. Oh, don't worry, people. Everything that we saw in all those demonstrations is going to come to light in the courtroom. Everything. The paints, all the nonsense, everything, all that's going to be under investigation. Everything. So everything you just saw, he's not getting away with anything. We documented everything for years. It's all going to come out. He's going to have to pay for all of it. So if you're one of those people at the end of the day and he ripped you off and you got an everyday great paint, you couldn't take it back because of the crazy policy, whatever, it's going to be your justice for you. He's going to pay for all of it. It's called catching up. Or people call it karma. But he's going to pay for all of it. So it's going to be a long process. He's got a lot of answering to do. And I know if you're in the room right now, if I were you, I'd be trying to seek out God. All right. Let's go over and let's get that Sony demonstration. That's a nice contrast one, isn't it? Let's grab that right there. Let's go with let me see. Sony contrast. Now, like I said, for the individual, if you feel the need to come back in and be bold on YouTube and do any demonstrations claiming that this is all fake, you got a contract coming to you. We'll be waiting for you to sign it. I think everybody on YouTube is going to be waiting for you to sign it. As a matter of fact, I broadcasted that little piece of contract that we sent to you. It's on all forum sites when we sent this to you. It is everywhere. Everybody knows that you on the internet that you're going to get that document. So let's see if you can back up what you said about our product. I put you on blast, my friend, super blast. So let's see if you can back it up. Took your video that you said about our product, and I posted that everywhere, and I put the contract up that we sent to you for you to sign and back it up. So if you think it's just pertaining to YouTube, oh heck no, it's everywhere. And you know how things work when we type things in. Oop, okay, get that one fixed. Look at my cat, like, what the frig? You can't take me out. Yeah, it's everywhere. Everywhere. So everybody knows about what we sent to you. I want you to understand that when you make these statements, we take what you say and we put them for everybody to see. So the contract is coming. He's got to sign it. If he doesn't sign it, we'll let you know. We'll let you know everything. Put it back up there. So yeah, I think he just thinks it's just stuck to YouTube. No, it's everywhere. Every forum site. Everybody knows about it. So, if you saw on camera, you got to back it up now. That means if it did what you did, you had no problem signing the document, right? All right, not a problem, right, people? All right, there you go. Let's see what happens. Until then, let's see what we tell you right here about this paint. Now, mind, did he do the challenge on the paint? He cheated. Seals were broken already from the door. Did we post that to the blacklist? We got to post it. I think we did. I don't know if we did or not. But anyway, seals were broken on the containers, number one. And you can literally see there was black paint around the top and inside, a pool of it inside where he darkened the product. And it made the environment look very dark. I don't know why this dark environment. It's a camouflage. I guess to make it screen work or whatever. But anyway, he darkened the environment so you couldn't see too much. Whew. Whatever's in the dark will come out in the light. Now, as you can see, with the little bit of light we have in the environment, that the gray screen is just not working. So anybody, even him, who told you that your gray screen that you purchased is going to do the exact same thing for that heavy contrast level, they clearly lied to you. And of course you figured it out. You know you did. You went home and turned your lights on. So I wonder, what would happen if I turned the lights on? When you contacted him saying, hey, I thought you said this screen was going to be in a full environment, we can use it, and he has in the bottom, it's not ambient light rejection. So again, how are you showing screens where you're opening up windows and trying to open up doors instead of you can take in light? You're comparing yourself to a company that specializes in ambient light rejection technology, but yet you have written on your website that you're not. Well, the website's not there anymore. But you're not ambient light rejection, and you're writing on our containers that don't use this in ambient light environments. Which one is it? Oh, when I'm taking your money, it's ambient light rejection. When you're calling me and complaining that it doesn't work, then I'm not. That's what it is. And then we have the policy, just in case, if you figure it out, which you probably will, then we can't take the money. You're stuck with it. Because at the end of the day, if it lands on the property, you forfeit. If you open it up, which you're going to have to do anyway, you got to paint the screen in-house, you're going to know, you forfeit. Yeah. We're also going to be using the policy too also in court. That's also too. The website was duplicated before he got rid of it. All that's there. Everything is documented. It'll show basically his behavior pattern on the site. I was carrying on the cursing, the rant, and the pornography, the doxing of addresses, all that stuff that involves the cyber crimes and stuff. Bullying, harassment, all that stuff is in there. So all that will be included. That's why we had to put all that stuff in there. So yeah, it's his website. Mind you, keep in mind, if you take down your site, it's still a carbon copy of it on the freaking server that they have. They document that. All that stuff is documented on their side. You know, I tell people, you write crazy stuff on your site, it shows up someplace else too. Oh, there's another copy of that site. And the reason why they have a copy of your site, because just in case if your site goes down with Wix, you can literally duplicate the entire site all over again because they have a copy. It saves. Any machine or any piece you have or anything you have that saves something, there's always another copy of it somewhere. That's why you can go back in and bring it back because there's another copy of it. So if I save my page and say we have a power outage, right? I can go back in and I can basically bring up the file where the save is at and put the page right back on. There you go. So you didn't delete your page, it's still there. Everything you did, that system, Wix, has an automatic save system in it. I save on purpose because it's a habit of mine. I had a bad incident on Vistaprint where I didn't save it. And the page went down, I lost everything, I had to do it again. So it's a constant habit to do that. But there's autosave. And the autosave saves for every little thing. So, excuse me about that. It saves for every little thing. I'm human, by the way, if you didn't know that. But anyway, so it saves for every little thing. So with that being said, everything you did, everything you said, it's all documented somewhere. So if you delete it and you thought it's gone, it's not gone. It's never gone. People kill me with that one at the end of the day. Well, you know, I don't have any more delete. You don't delete anything. You don't. It's somewhere. What do you think? It's some kind of machine that somebody's vortex and disappears and disintegrates into nothing? No. It's somewhere on something. Let's go back and look at that again. See if that gray screen's working again. Now, as I said before, no disrespect for other people who make gray screens, but we have to do this because someone made a statement. They said that the gray screen is the most superior screen over the gunmetal certified, which we all know that's a lie, and over black technology. And black technology is supposed to come out dark and ugly. So let's see if all these gray screen paints out here can make my product look exactly like in this video. And keep in mind, this will be used against you as more evidence to sue you and give you more jail time in court for the person who made the initial statement. I'll show all my receipts of everyone we purchased through, all my video demonstrations, and I'm going to use that against you. Get you more jail time, another 30 years. For committing fraud against my company, making false statements, for defamation and slander against my business. And also to claiming to have my product when you never had it to begin with. Oh, by the way, you do know in that contract we send to him, it requests the containers and the receipts. Really? Do you not want to stay up there? What is the deal with you? What is the deal? I feel like Adam Sandler in the freaking ball. Like, get in that hole. Get in that hole. I think next time we just use the construction paper and paint over top our stuff and do it that way. That little bit of light, that's it. Okay, let me show you something even a little crazier. A little crazier than that. Oh, look at that. It's only a little bit of pop quickly. Let's show you right here. How crazy is this? Let's go again. Over here. Starfield screensaver. How about this? Did you just jack it up again? Alright, basic. Alright. Alright, Starfield screensaver. Okay? Now, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take out the light we have over here because it may be too bright for it, right? See stuff, I'm going to trip up and break my neck up in this dip. Up in this dip. Alright. Still see that gray screen, right? So let me show you something here. We're going to take basic, simple cell phone flashlight. That's less power than that over there, right? Just this. See that? That's all it takes to wash out. Show that gray screens don't read. Just this little bit of light. So if this little bit of light can take that out, imagine the light we have over top. Way back here. Way back here. Right, right. Kabam! Kabam! Yeah, that's it. That's all it takes. That fast. Because they're not ambient light rejection. They don't. Now, how in the world, if you can't run that product, how would it work in here? The projector mapping technology, we did that one already. It doesn't work on it. It won't work for the floor. It won't work for the ceiling. Definitely won't work for the ceiling. What about my tabletop displays? It ain't going to work for that either. It'll wash out. So, just to let you know that your gray screen is what we call prehistoric paints. Prehistoric paints, just they're old, they're outdated. That's what you have. You have, if you have a gray screen, you have a new projector on an outdated. And keep in mind, like I said, it should be when you go by your projector and they go, what kind of screen you got? I got a white screen. Okay, Charlie, just slice a little bit off the side and give it to them. They're like, what's this? That's all you're going to use. The rest of the options on here is just pointless. It's a waste of money. You're going to pay the full price of the projector. You're only just going to get a percentage of it back to you. What you got? I got a gray screen. Oh. Cut it in half. Cut it in half. Wait a minute. You're not going to need that. Contrast is not going to work on your screens. Colors don't work on that thing halfway. As a matter of fact, pull out that color wheel and put the dull one in. You're not going to need to trust me. You can't get it. Because, again, what you hear on camera, it'll look better once we calibrate it. And mind you, the environment was not even fully lit. Because the guy sat there and said, and you heard it in the video, where he asked, are these all the lights? And the guy said, no. Of course you didn't want all the lights. Did you look at the fire exit? Of course it's not fully lit in there. The fire exits are dark. What church is going to have dark fire exits in there? area wasn't fully lit. If he couldn't see that from there, if I was the guy buying the screen, I'd just look at him like, okay, we're done here. Of course it's not fully. What church have you ever walked into where the fire exits are that dark? But anyway, being in an environment, and the guy is already dealing with being in the dark already, and then being in the dark environment and saying, oh, it look better once we calibrate. So it doesn't work without calibrating? Oh, you have to calibrate because gray screens can't recolor. Not ambient light projection. They don't work in any way whatsoever. Bum, 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 bum. And they can't recontrast for jack. I don't know who started that dumb nonsense by saying a gray screen. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I'm willing to take people to court on that. It's an easy lawsuit. It's an open and shut lawsuit. I can win that so easy, it's not even funny. Literally. Anybody willing to challenge me that your gray screen can read a contrast level next to us? Because if you want to go with a challenge for white levels, yeah, I can pick up my white levels extremely well. As a matter of fact, I can blend you into a fish tank and you will disappear. But are you willing to challenge it? You said you can do the same thing we do. Because we don't go in there and say that we pour 100% white level equal to a white screen. I have never said that. I said that every screen go to a sacrifice field, which means they have to drop their color levels, that comes to white levels, due to the fact they're darker screens. But you don't want to drop so low that you can't see the screen. That's why we have black versus black to prove that theory. But if you're saying that you're a gray screen and you can read in fully lit environments, much like darker screens, since that's what you're competing with, and you can pull 100% contrast, you just lied on camera. So you're willing to walk that into a courtroom. Because, man, an opportunity like that, do you think I'm going to make that $500,000? Oh, heck no. You'd be stupid to do that one. I know I can win that one easy. I'm going to make that up there. Up there, up there. How many people are willing to sign? I'm going to put a, on my website, I'm going to put a whole thing there. I'm going to have a lawyer look through and approve it, make sure it's all legit. And we're going to put there, anyone that's willing to sign that and let's go in a courtroom, let's do it. Now you're going to wish at the end of the day Jamie kept his mouth shut, aren't you? Yeah. And I can have people right now email me like, look, I don't know what he said at the end of the day, but I got nothing to do with it. I would appreciate you just stay away from our product. Great, then you recognize. I respect that at the end of the day. Then we won't touch you. Because at least you acknowledge. But if you have something on your site that's not true, we're going to have to test you. Let me see. We're fully lit in here, aren't we? We're fully lit in here, people. Fully lit. Fully lit up in this dip. Now see with the lights on? With the lights on, their screen can't read next to mine. You know why? Because they have a better chance of the screen surviving in darker environments. That's why they come up ashy. Let's take the lights out. See? Now we can blend into your screen with the lights out. You can blend in too, right? Or we turn the lights on, your screen washes out. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. So how is that? See, let me show you real quick. This demonstration here alone will kill you in court. Now, say a gray screen pops up and says, Mr. Bird, I believe that my product can make your screen paint go dark. I do this in a courtroom, you lost that quick. Your lawyer will walk out of that room. He'll walk. He'll literally walk. As a matter of fact, he won't even make it to court. I'll show this to your lawyer before we get to a courtroom, and I guarantee he'll drop your case. And why you dropping my case? We're not walking there with that. I'm not getting embarrassed. That guy just showed me a video where that black paint just blended into that screen with no problem whatsoever. You can't even see it. I'm not taking a case. I'm not going to do it. It's embarrassing. I'm not going to do it. You got to get somebody out. I'm dropping your case. I guarantee get your case dropped. I'll drop your case. I'll send it to your lawyer. Your case won't even take off. I guarantee you. I'll have a conversation with your attorney and I'll send him that. As a matter of fact, I'll send him the paint himself. He can have the paint himself. He can paint himself. I guarantee you drop your case. I think I'm going to do that. Forget going to court. I'll send it to your attorney. Tell me your attorney, give me the address. I'll send it right over to him. Right over to him. I'll send it to him. I'll meet up with him. Doesn't make a difference. I bet you he'll drop your case when I get done. Oh, heck no. I'm not walking in there with that. You see that thing? You see what that thing does? He literally blended into your screen. He turns the lights on. His screen is still functioning. Yours is not. You'll drop your case. I guarantee you. Bam, bam. I got to do this all the time. You know why? Because we have the lights out in here like this. When they come walking in, they be like, because we got it in the dark. We do it on purpose. And you're like, okay, we got the light switch right here because we want them to touch the light switch. And they're coming to go, oh shoot. Well, how fast can you put this in? Like, can I get it right now? I can't give it to you right now. We don't have it here. Okay, where can I buy it? Where can I buy it at? You can go to the website and pick it up from there. Okay, all right. I will bring it over to you because you're not that far from us. Okay, perfect. They do this. They literally do this all the time. Well, it doesn't even freaking change. Yeah, when it's like, do my lights like. I'll take a flashlight and walk over and shine it into the screen and do this stuff like this. I told you, go do this stuff all day when they come in. Take the flashlight out and walk over to the screen like this and go. So that way, usually they have a white screen, they don't have a gray screen there. Gray screen left, like, I'm down. Let's see, they have a white screen. Because we don't have gray screens in we do this. We have all white screens over there. I'm going to do this to go, wow, that is freaking crazy. Yeah, their stuff backs up. That's why. What you supposed to be doing something? Yeah, I'm gonna do something. I was trying to get a couple of these short videos done real quick. I have some fun real quick with this, you know. All right, we're gonna try this again. I'm going to try to be patient. I don't appreciate my work being played with. I really don't. Now, I'm not blaming my customers, my loyal customers. I love you to death. I'm sorry I had to put you through that. But baby, we still got to go 100% company at the end of the year. I have to do it because I need my company to grow and I need that heavy clientele to push me to my next level. I need very serious money. They got the money that we need at the end of the day to push us where we need to go. But I do have one person in mind that I do want to distribute my paint. It's a company I talked to before, and I like them. And I think they'll do right by me. So, they're going to be selling my products. And before you can get that contract with that company, you got to test your stuff out 100%. And my stuff can be tested because it works 100%. So, yeah, we're going to work with them with it. So, that is definitely going to work. But, before we go full company, only, we'll put the prices. We'll give you the free blackout cloth. We'll put it there until we go into the change. But till then, as we're doing all that, gray screens, you have called this out. We heard you. So now we're coming for you. And don't be mad at the end of the day. This is all business at the end of the day. Somebody made a statement about all gray screens, so you're going to have to take it up with him. Because now we got to back it up. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's funny because I always wanted a challenge. And he actually gave me what I wanted too. I just wanted something, come on, please, someone challenge us on something. And the gray screen's going to be fun. So, let's have some fun with this thing. Not to be rude or disrespectful. When your product gets here, I'm going to tell people to buy your product. Say your product's good. I'm definitely going to say, you're into a gray screen, buy this. It's a good product. Because the guy called something HD, I love this product. He came over here, professional about the whole entire thing. Didn't go through all that freaking jokester nonsense like I do with these jokers at the end of the day. Very professional. And we still advise people, if they're into a gray screen, because we don't make them, go to him. But we have to do a comparison to show that gray screen's not going to be able to compete with us. Even though people out there know this, we still have people out there who believe what the weirdo said. And we call him the weirdo because, yeah, he's weird. This guy stalks me. Takes weird pictures of me inside of my place. Creepy. Which is another thing he's being charged with, is cyber stalking. We got tons of pictures of him taking pictures inside of my place. Yeah. See how well that goes over. All right. Where we at for time here? We're good. Got that nice blend in with the fishies. Really good. How about we go here? Skyworth food demonstration. Oh, you know what? We can save that for the next one. Can gray screens and white screens turn our technology unwatchable? All right, we're done with this one. Let's come back in. We kept it short and sweet. We're going to come back in. We're going to do another demonstration. This demonstration is short and sweet. It's going to be, can these screens turn my screen dark and unwatchable? I'm going to put a certified white up here. We have certified white? I think we do have one. We want to see if they can turn our screen unwatchable. as dark as he said our product is supposed to look. We have the black paint up there too. Black paint, we're gonna need your back off here. All right, let's get this going.